guys? Carl Sir here with another video for you. So, as some of you know, I beat TOA 100 last month for the first time, and I beat TOA 100 hard, on both accounts. The female, Lyrith, just yesterday. That's my first time ever beating her, and I swore after I beat her I would never do a video on how to beat her because it took forever. So to keep with that promise, although I'm not calling that a promise because that was I kind of want to do a video on it because I know if it was that hard, then people are probably looking it up, and I'm missing out on people who could be looking it up. Either way, we're gonna go do the male today, the Athtaros. Right now, he is the normal side, number 100. So he is still very hard, on normal difficulty. This is a very difficult boss to beat. Sort of not. Basically, there's a tactic, and once you get good at the tactic, you won't really have much trouble. But until you get good at the tactic, it's a real pain. So this is the team that I beat him on hard mode with last month. So I'm hoping that I won't have much trouble. We can blow through these fodder waves and then move on to the big fish. So when it comes to spectra, at least from my comp in both normal and hard, spectra is mainly here for that S3. Not only does it pull everybody's attack bars back, but it also it throws that slow debuff. That is huge when it comes to clearing this boss. I mean huge. So basically you can see the comp that my team is running. Twins makes everything easier, and I'm going to do another video on this that includes how to beat him with no twins. I'll only be able to do that on normal, though. I doubt I can even do it without twins on hard, honestly. Twins just make this game so much easier, so I'm sure I can do it on normal. It's going to take me a minute to figure out a team, probably, but yeah. Shayna is the crux, basically, you have to have her to do the twins combo to make this easy. But there are other monsters that go along with it that aren't exactly replaceable. So, you'll see I have Verad on my team. His use is a CC monster. He is just here to protect the other four monsters, right? Each of these has a good use, and some of them I can't tell you right now because it's not up in here. I always feel bad. You can see up in my left corner, somebody's messaged me and is waiting on a response, but I'm mid-video, so I'm not gonna I'll put them on blast, and then if they sent me something that I don't want being spread, so I feel bad not answering them. But whoever that is, Pyro, wink wink, Thunder, wink wink, hey, Thunder, yeah, Thunder, hey, okay, yeah, that. So yeah, clear the waves, and boom. All right, now we're back to the boss. So here's how it works. These two pillars that are to the left and to the right, honestly, they're just punching bags. You do want to keep an eye on the right one's bar. You don't want that right one to get a move if you can stop it, but it's more important to stop the boss from getting a move. So the main goal here is to never, ever, ever let him get a turn. He might get one because starting with the bar this high makes it a little difficult. It kind of depends on this. Okay, so the slow landed on both him and the right punching bag. That's great. From here, we have to do a couple of things. So first, because I know my team is tanky enough to survive this on normal, I'm going to throw the deadly dart. This makes it to where so you'll see he just revenged hit on Colleen. Usually that would heal him, right? But since we threw that up on there, it's not going to. Bam. Now, when Shayna gets her turn, you want to use her second ability pretty much every time, because it not only pulls his attack bar back, but that right punching bag, see how its attack bar is gone now? So, that's basically the name of the game, is we've got the, see, look how much that did. That's crazy, isn't it? My Spectra is not even that well built. So, This is how Verad helps on the boss, even though his main use in the waves is just the CC monster. His main use here is just a CC monster. But his third ability helps with this part of the boss so much. Because he can clear the attack bar of everyone. So the left punching bag, it just does HP recovery disturbance on the monsters. It's not that bad. But the right punching bag increases the attack bar of the boss by a certain amount. And that certain amount is a lot. So we don't want it to go. And then we don't want him to go because this passive right here, Almighty, removes all harmful effects. You can see there's already 3. And permanently increases the attack power, defense, and attack speed according to the number of removed harmful effects. Ouch, is all I can say. Attack speed is one of the things that makes this impossible if you let him get turns. So for Rad's S3, that went perfectly, just obliterates his attack bar. Now you just use Verad to throw some damage down and wait until his S3 comes back up. So now I'll throw the attack break on him. It's not as crucial in the normal mode that you throw attack break on him. It's nice and all, but it's just not, crucial, really. You can get away without it. So as you can see, I'm just plugging and chugging. Okay, back to Spectra. Every time Spectra's Backlash comes up, I use it almost no matter what. It's a small attack bar decrease, so as you can see, the boss's attack bar is only about 10% full, or 5, more like 5, like 5% full. So if I throw this, it's going to be largely wasted. Because I have him so much under control, I'm not going to do it. But usually I would say, just do it. Yeah. So only because I have him that much, I know I have him under control. I know my Spectra is fast enough to get another turn. So now, his attack bar may not be very high, but look at the right punching bag. Or the right crystal. I'm sorry. I had them described to me. I was told to treat them like punching bags for one of the strategies that works on hard. Obviously, it's harder to show that on here since I'm kind of blowing through the boss. But basically, on the hard mode, I don't want to confuse you. They're punching bags in the hard mode and on this mode in some cases. But basically, when you can get the Colleen's S2 to land, then you can just, attack him with everybody. But if Colleen's S2 is resisted, or Colleen's S2 is resisted, then all of the smaller monsters have to auto-attack the right crystal. Because he'll just be healing off all of them. Except for non-damaging strikes like that. And then stuff like the twins when they hit. Because they hit hard enough that it's going to be fine for them. But yeah, see, so Verad's S3 already back up again. Bam. Cleared the right punching bag. Cleared his HP bar. Now I just finished the game. Bam. So that is TOA normal 100. Now, my runes on those 5 monsters are good enough to do TOA hard. So yes, my runes are a little bit beyond what's necessary for TOA normal. But these 5 monsters can do it. And as you can see, my Spectra is only level 5. I'll actually go through one by one and pull up all of their stats so you can see. We've got speed, defense, HP. And then you can see the total substat, or the total stats here, so I'll just leave that for a second, and then I'm going to move on to the next. I'll do my whole team one by one. You can see their stats. This is the it's violent broken, but if you can non-broken, then that's fine. So speed, HP, defense. Some people do speed, defense. I would have probably myself, but my HP rune you can see here has over 20% defense and 11 speed and some nice crit rate. So I like the balance as well. He's got almost 26,000 HP, but then also 2,200 defense, 2,150 defense. So, he's a tank, and he does a lot of damage with his S2 and 3 from the defense. So then Shayna is usually, and by usually I mean other people, on violent. I'm probably going to redo mine violent. As you can see, her crit rate is way too low. Her crit damage is moderate. Her attack percent is... it's actually almost 200%, so it's okay, I guess. But usually you can get better stats than this on violent, and I just have not been able to yet. I had her on fatal, and then I had to actually pull a rune or two away from her for somebody else, and I don't remember who. But basically, I wasn't able to replace those runes with good ones. So she's stuck with what she has, but she's good enough to do this. With fatal, I like the whole speed for Shayna anyway. Speed, crit damage, attack percent. This is a pretty common one. This rune is not like, I don't mean to have defense percent, and like, this is not a good rune. I just could not find a good 6-slot rune. Well, it's not that. She's lower on the priority for me when it comes to that rune. So I have better than that one, obviously, but they're on other creatures that I care more about. Whoops, I just clicked Maruna off. Alright, let's put Maruna back up there. Here is Maruna's. She is on a temporary build as well. She is not going to be getting changed much, though. Yes, she has a large amount of HP. But it's for all the stuff that I use her for. I quite like the way she's built. So I'm going to be leaving her as is. So Rage broken again. Rage, speed, crit damage, attack percent. And as you can see, I mean, that's a HP sub rune. It's only a 5-star rune to begin with. The speed isn't even full. I think the defense isn't even full. So this is not a perfect Maruna. This is not a highly grinded Maruna. It is a decent Maruna. So you do need decent stats to get to pull this all off with. I don't know exactly what those stats need to be, but they do need to be decent. I mean, it is challenging to beat the normal boss, period. Especially when you're doing it for the first time. So this is Colleen. In this case, I'm able to pull Energy Violent. Usually when it comes to something like this, so there's a saying that everybody says, it's stats over sets. Sort of the exception there is Violence. The Violent set. Violent set is really good on some monsters, so even if your stats have to suffer a little, then it's better to have the Violent set. But for the smaller set, the only bonus between these two energies is the extra 15% HP. That's nice and all, but as you can see, my Colleen has a ton of HP, so that small 15% is nice, but it's not, huge difference making. So speed, HP, defense is what I'm running, but I'm running my Colleen in R5, so I need defense rune on that 6 rune to allow her to have enough defense to survive in R5, and to be honest, even this, she needs a little more defense. And she's a backline defense, for that matter. I mean, backline healer, and still, as you can see how much defense, just over 1,000, almost 1,100. You actually need about 200-300 more to be consistently staying alive with her. She works, this works. I have another good healer and cleanser and whatnot. So, I have a good team now, and I'll probably do a video over that sometime soon, but that's not this video, so that's the team, that's the runes, that's the stats. You know what you need, just make it happen.